Counting on my senses.
Hello, it's 𝒊𝒒𝒒𝒂. So before the video starts, I just wanted to take a moment to explain a few things and give some context about what I'm going to be talking about today. There are some things I feel like I need to address properly, because I want everyone to understand where I'm coming from and why I decided to make this video in the first place. So, with that being said, let's get into it. I could never understood why people could have written nasty comments on my post, depending on what I post on the media. No matter what, I share something positive, something real, or just a simple moment nor either, posting my face on anywhere like Instagram, for example, there's always someone choosing negativity. It's like these comments, for example. In this comment, even though I didn't get to see what has been said, no, 𝒊𝒔𝒔𝒂𝒎𝒂. You're not saying that in a good way. You were making rude comments on somebody's looks just because they were overweight, or any looks for that matter. Because you don't know me or what I've been going through every day. And this goes to you, 𝒊𝒏𝒕𝒉, 𝒊𝒔𝒔𝒉𝒊𝒑, and 𝒊𝒉𝒒_7. Do you guys think it's alright to comment just because I was overweight? Or you like bullying and trolling me because I'm an easy target for you just for fun? You don't know how your words and you troll people could affect people mentally in the future. I am saying this because you have to be more careful of what you say, especially online. If you keep doing it, then people will go and unalive themselves because of you. Keep doing this to me or anyone else. And plus, it only second-guessed myself why I'm even posting in the first place. So please be more careful of what you say, because how your words and being a troll affect somebody in the future. It's not only that the trolls, cyberbullies out there, that they're doing it to people. They are online friends that they weren't so good to you either. They were busy talking to other friends and posting themselves with their group of people, which they didn't include you, they just excluded you. And they made you or me feel less important equally along with that experience. And they just been toxic towards you too. You guys think it's not that deep for you all. But maybe I don't post anything on here or the media. Or maybe I should stop trying to put the effort to get their attention. I'm not an attention seeker, I've had a low self-esteem, and I'm just jealous of how they've got other friends. And plus, when I argue with my so-called online friends over something like my jealousy, for example, they just get mad at me over it. Or they just ending up getting blocked after the arguments that I had with them. But you know, I've wanted to have real friends, to be good friends with me and being included and not being fake towards me. And they don't spoken to me and think that they're my friend, then why you haven't spoke to me? If you've been busy, I can understand that, but it feels like you've just stopped talking to me. Friends were supposed to check in on each other, and it hurts when it feels like I'm the only one who cares at this point. And lately, it feels like I'm the only one trying to make an effort into this friendship. And I am starting to wonder if our friendship actually means anything to you. 𝒕𝒓𝒂𝒂, we haven't spoken to each other for the past 6 years after I just avoided you. And now you've acted like I was never there just because you just became a popular SFM animation creator. Tito, it honestly feels like you've completely forgotten about me. We've just became strangers for 6 long years. And I know that's a long time. I don't expect everything to go back to how it used to be. I just wanted to be honest about how this has made me feel. And Nova, if you really are my friend, then why don't we talk either? I get you're busy, but you didn't care enough to talk to me, and I know I didn't talk to you as well. Plus, it's not just that. You didn't even care to spend time with me when we were together too, around 3 years ago. And not to forget, after that drama I had with 2 other people, you unfriend and blocked me on Discord, and I was upset you did it. And I was upset with Asher, and 𝒕𝒓𝒐 345 did the same thing too. I wish they could sort it out with me as well. If they don't want to do that, they can actually go to hell for all I care. But I'm glad we apologized to each other and moved on from the drama. Also, there's something I wanted to bring up about this person, and I just wanted to bring up the past as well. I know that nobody cares if it's old shit at this point, but fuck it, I am going to be talked about. FoxxyCsenge. So I'm bringing her up because I've just wanted to talk about the past issues I had with her in the past, and finally get them off my chest. This isn't about trying to start drama again, send hate, or get people to pick sides. It's simply me looking back on my mistakes, something that genuinely affected me. Firstly, I wanted to talk about the situation involving the depressed reels that happened back in November 2023. I know this caused a lot of confusion and frustration, and I feel it's important to explain my side of what happened. At the time, I wasn't trying to manipulate, guilt trip, or pressure anyone. I was struggling emotionally, and the reels I shared reflected how I was feeling rather than being intended as a message to demand anything from someone else. Don't believe me? Here's these 2 screenshots of what happened. Foxy, what's really unnecessary is that you took these depressed reels that I've sent you in a wrong way when you saw them that I send you at that time. And in that screenshot I show that's just proofs that you clearly got angry and overreacted over something what I send you at the time. You also completely misunderstood the situation back then. Just because I sent those reels doesn't mean they were directed at you, or that I was trying to start an argument. You jumped to conclusions instead of asking what I actually meant, and that's where the misunderstanding came from. Not only that you got mad at me for something small, you exposed me for getting jealous of your friendship with the person I won't mention in this video. And me got drunk for that matter. And that was something I should have handled better, and I should have had reflected on that since then. But having something private messages shared publicly without my consent made an already difficult situation even harder for me then. When private conflicts become public, they can have a real impact on someone's mental health. And you know that exposing somebody on social media can actually cause real harm to their mental health. Because you have no idea that how these things could affecting people behind the screen, Foxy. To me, I think it's abusive and public shaming somebody who decided to get drunk and arguing over a jealousy of the friendship bullshit, in my opinion. And if you're going to ask me how was abuse and public shaming nor either exposing somebody on social media, here is this screenshot from Google that I just took. Also, you're upset with me because I exposed your then partner on my story on Instagram? I am not sure if you're still with him now, but who cares about it anyway, lol. Like seriously, he was making comments about my weight, Foxy. You shouldn't get mad at me for doing it. Just maybe don't take in stuff personally if you're going to be mad at me for showing people that he name calls me. And not to mention, Foxy, you ran and told Fluffy 𝑰𝒏𝒕𝒉 about what I've done to you behind my back without talking to me first instead of pulling this crap on me. And 𝑰𝒏𝒕𝒉 sent me these Foxy. She's been threatening me saying that, so don't piss me off or I'll make sure you'll regret being a part of the internet. That's pretty sure you're involving other people into our shit, FoxxyCsenge, and you have been accusing me of doing it. I do agree with her that you're a minor and I am a young adult's late teens. But it doesn't excuse that you're treating me like absolute piece of garbage. And let me ask you this question. Are you still holding a grudge against me over everything that happened back then? Or is it the fact that you're still hurting and provoking me because you're projecting insecurities, including abusing the power for everything that happened? And with the whole cheating on you with your so-called online brother of yours, I am still really sorry that I did it. This isn't a fake apology. I genuinely am sorry for that. I didn't text him and flirting with this guy who is so-called important to you, Foxy. All I fucking did is write down on a notebook about him and send it to FreddyBroMan21, and he snitched on me to you and got upset with me for that. And now I wanted to talk about the screenshot that I showed to you guys when I was talking about Foxy ran to Fluffy about what I've done and she defended her because of it. And this is what I mean again. I asked Grok AI for the message that Foxy send me this, if it's blackmailing, and it said yes so. If you don't believe me, I'll gonna to use this audio from the platform.
Yes, the threat in that message qualifies as blackmailing or a closely related coercive threat. Key part that makes it blackmail. The sender writes, I do not own any of the DMs we had on Instagram, but Discord stays forever. Therefore, if you keep harassing people, it can be BFTF or anyone else, especially about what happened between you and me. I'll publish it everywhere and get you canceled. This is a clear conditional threat. Reveal private Discord messages. Use them to publicly damage the other person's reputation, get you canceled. Unless the other person stops the alleged harassment. That structure. Do X or stop doing Y, or I will release damaging private information, is the classic definition of blackmail coercive threat, even when the demanded action is stop harassing people rather than money or favors. Context in the rest of the message, the sender accuses the other person of blackmailing, harassing, and manipulating others. They tell the other person to grow up, stop involving third parties, etc. They also add a second line, you either stop or I will you stop myself. The accusations and the demand to stop harassment do not erase the threat to leak private messages. You can call out bad behavior and still be blackmailing someone at the same time. Bottom line, threatening to publish private DMs to get someone canceled if they don't comply is blackmail. Whether the other person was also doing something wrong does not make this threat okay or non-blackmail.
Okay, so I'm not expecting anyone to agree on this or not. I am sharing on this what the information that I was given from it. And yes, Foxy, the way you said it is blackmailing towards me. I would never either blackmail, harassment, and manipulative towards anyone as well. Because you don't know me well enough to the point where you did those stuff to me in the past. But you have been treating me far more worse than I have been doing it to you. I just hope one day you would realize what you've done is very wrong. You may not realize that, so please be more mindful of what you're doing it towards people next time if you're going to do it to somebody else, especially online. I just didn't ask for any of this, Foxy. I didn't ask to get treated the way you did to me. I am just done with your shit. I am glad we are not talking anymore or being friends with you. I'm going to edit this because I forgot to say something as I'm making this video. Foxy, do you remember early this year you said this? If you've heard something about me, I'd rather you ask me directly instead of relying on rumors. And I don't appreciate the comments about me being a medical oversight. If you have an issue with something I've actually done, tell me specifically what it is so we can discuss it properly then. Because I don't want to keep continuing arguing over something that I've said or done in the past because you're living in the past and holding grudges against me, Foxy. And now, let's talk about the people who think I was just seeking attention. I know I've brought this up before earlier in this video, but I feel like I need to address it again because it's something that has genuinely bothered me for a long time. Being told that I was just seeking attention for sending reels or posting vents or direct to a person for venting was incredibly and extremely hurtful, especially when people didn't know what I was actually going through or what was happening behind the screen. It's easy for anyone to make assumptions about someone when you only see a small part of their life, but that doesn't mean those assumptions are true. I wasn't trying to get attention or make people feel sorry for me. I was struggling with things that I didn't always know how to express. And sometimes I simply want someone to understand where I was coming from. I was struggling, often unable to express myself properly because of my condition. And sometimes I just didn't know how else to communicate what I was going through. I am not someone who faked anything for views or likes. I was simply trying to be understood while dealing with things that were difficult for me to handle. If you don't know what my condition is, I have a genetic disorder called chromosome deletion called 16p11.2. Basically, it means that I was born with a small missing section of chromosome 16. It's something I've had since birth and diagnosed with at a very young age, and it can affect people in different ways. For me, it can sometimes affect how I process things, communicate, understand situations, or express what I'm feeling. Also, you can gain weight as well as the other symptoms I had. That doesn't define who I am, but it is a part of my life that I have to deal with. I am only educating some of you to know what it is. I know it doesn't excuse my behavior, but please don't think that I am faking my condition. Just because I actually have it doesn't mean that some of you think that you don't believe me and think I'm faking it to get attention because, like what I said, I'm not one of those people who fakes disorders for likes and views. I just don't like getting judged for it, and it's only going to get me upset with y'all if you're going to say it to my face. And I have been told by Fluffy before and got me upset after she said that and haven't apologized for it. So yeah, I really hope that everyone can understand where I was coming from with all of this. I'm not trying to start drama, attack anyone, or make people feel sorry for me. I just wanted to explain my side of things and be honest about how everything has affected me. I know some people might not agree with everything I've said, and that's okay. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. At the end of the day, I'm trying to move forward, learn from everything that's happened, and focus on becoming a better version of myself. So, thank you to everyone who took the time to listen and understand where I'm coming from. I genuinely appreciate it. And with that said, I think that's everything I wanted to address. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
What we wanna do on and on again. Look, it's